Yesterday, Majority Leader Aaron Cheriot announced at the dais of the Senate that Edwin Sifuna has been removed from the Senate Energy Committee, and as such, he's to be replaced by Moses Kajwang. Now in this video, I want us to look at some of the reasons why this change has been rammed through, and so with no further ado, let's get after it. Number 1. A day before this change was made, Sifuna had a run-in with Gladys Wanga in the Senate Public Accounts Committee, where he boxed Gladys Wanga into admitting that SHA is not working. Just have a look at this exchange, and I quote, "Sifuna, is SHA working in Homa Bay?" Then Wanga responds, "SHA is not working." Sifuna then says, "But you've been the loudest at rallies claiming SHA is working and supporting this administration." Then Wanga responds, "The truth is, SHA is not working. Actually, it owes Homa Bay hospitals 350 million Kenya shillings. Then Sifuna goes on to roast her again by saying, "Funny enough, you are the loudest supporter of this administration that doesn't care of your people's health." And here you can see this image of Gladys Wanga. She's totally not amused by the line of questioning of Edwin Sifuna. And it doesn't even end there. Still within this same week, Edwin has been on such a rampage. He went on to have a well-warranted attack on the incompetent experts of ODM. Just listening to this.
Speaker, what is most embarrassing? What is most embarrassing is that Baba is being betrayed by his own people. By his own people. On this one, I'm not even going to blame William Ruto. For the first time, I am going to excuse the president on this one. We thought as members of ODM that after we have the head of treasury coming from ODM and is a former chairman of ODM, shame on you, Honorable Mbadi. You have shamed Baba because wherever he is right now, he's wondering, how is it possible that my main man is the head of treasury and they're the ones taking us around in circles here? It is even further annoying that the head of budget, the chair of budget in the National Assembly, Samuel Atandi, member of parliament from Alego, elected on ODM, is the one betraying Baba's dream to see 450 billion Kenya shillings going to devolved units.
As you well know, Jesus was crucified for speaking the truth, and Sifuna is no different. The ODM Pharisees have had enough of his preaching at the synagogue, and now they are moving in for the kill. Chungeni, in the process, you don't make this man president or deputy president for that matter. Number 2, as usual, all impeachments and demotions in this country usually happen by the hand of the president. And they always happen while he's hiding in international forums. For example, this demotion happened when Ruto was at the G7 meeting, as you can see in this image. Again, the same William Ruto said this to Sifuna when they met in Nyanza.
Nimesikia Sifuna anaongea na nguvu. Wakati unaongea mambo yangu Sifuna, ujue mimi ndio mwanzilishi wa ODM. So unaenda polepole kidogo. Yes. Sisi ndio tulianza hii kitu. Ama namna gani? Na unajua ukinisukuma sana nitaitisha mkutano ya founder members ya ODM. Si ndio? Unajua tukiitisha hiyo mkutano tunaweza kufanyia discipline sisi ambao tulianza chama. Si ndio? So twendeni mosmos.
So for what it's worth, we can't downplay the president's hand in this. Number 3, also worth noting, the Senate Energy Committee is headed by none other than Oburu Oginga. And we all know what Sifuna has been saying about Oburu and even how he feels about Oburu. And for anyone who's not aware, just listening to this soundbite.
Oburu, tafuta SG wako. Mimi siwezi kuwa SG wa Oburu. Hiyo nataka niseme hapa mbele ya Mwenyezi Mungu na mbele ya taifa zima. I will not be the SG of mediocrity after Baba Raila Amolo Odinga. You characters don't deserve me. I will say this without fear or favor.
That statement clearly still hurts Oburu Oginga, and that is why, as the chair of the Senate Energy Committee, he has decided to do away with Edwin Sifuna. He cannot stomach seeing him, listening to him, or having him seated next to him in any committee when he has refused, or rather rejected, Oburu as his party leader. Number 4, the removal of Sifuna from the Senate Energy Committee is to facilitate eating, because we all know that you can never ever do a corruption deal with a clean person like Sifuna seated right next to you, because the next thing you know, he'll be on top of a stage in a Linda Mwananchi rally where he'll be exposing you word for word exactly what you said and what you did. That's not just my thinking. Even James Orengo seconds this, and I quote, Senator Edwin Sifuna's removal from the Energy Committee is a blatant attempt to protect selfish political and business interests. This is a temporary and a futile exercise, an act against Kenyans' national interest. So yeah, get rid of Sifuna so that Mzee Oburu doesn't get heart palpitations by seeing him and listening to him in that committee. Also, eating can continue, and it shall continue very wonderfully. Also, they get to punish him so that other would-be offenders within ODM toe the line. But in the grand scheme of things, all men and women who have succeeded in this life had to go through fire and brimstone. If Ruto was not mistreated by Uhuru, would he ever become president? He became president through sympathy votes. If Oprah Winfrey was not fired at the TV network she was working in, she would never become Oprah Winfrey. So fire and chase Sifuna as much as you want. In fact, we advocate for such things. Next, go to the Public Accounts Committee, ngoa yeye. Next, ata mumutoe ODM. Do everything that you must to ensure he becomes successful in life, because you guys don't seem to understand that that is the trajectory that God puts great men and women through. But anywho, guys, that's just my opinion. Let's head on over to X to see what Ken's next had to say about this. And I quote, Kaspari said, a lethargic geriatric leading an energy committee is a bit like appointing a sloth to run a sprint relay. Then again, perhaps energy was interpreted in the Viagra sense rather than the policy sense. I think there is no mercy on X. Kihato Eric said, it's a good thing. Now he will have ample time to fully concentrate on Linda Mwananchi. Kaugiria said, let them continue. We need him in the limelight more. Daktari Yawamama said, Senator Oburu Oginga is a man on his final stage in life, unlike Senator Sifuna, who still has more life to live. Queen 254 Trail said, inconsequential move, it will be difficult to clip Sifuna's wings. David O. Ndayara said, he can award it to Ochieng Sala. Oburu is an old and jealous man, even to his late brother. He should just retire and let young people bring change. This notion of cursing those who are of your son's age is ill-founded. Let Sifuna articulate issues in a sober manner that Oburu can't. Murima Maestro said, removal of Sifuna from the committee is an affirmation that we are led by fools and greedy people instead, in their own benefit only. But I would say you guys do drop me your comments in the comment section below and I'll do my best to read them and to give you a response. So with that, here today's ads of the day. If you're still managing rentals using notebooks and caretakers, see how Joel Karango Miner switched to a system that runs his 76 units automatically. Every month, caretakers traveled to his office with handwritten records. Balancing the math took hours. Payments never merged and tenants never got receipts. Then Joel switched to Bomahat, Kenya's award-winning property management software. Now payments update automatically, receipts go out via SMS, and every report is just one click away. He now runs all 76 units from his phone. No chaos, no confusion. Join hundreds of landlords doing the same. For more information, please call 0717-512-483 or visit www.bomahat.com. Interior design is one of those things you can't afford to get wrong. So if you're looking for experts to do your gypsum, wainscoting, paintwork, styles, washrooms, and kitchen, reach out to Dhaka Living on 0706 026 218. That's 0706 026 218. And if you're here for the first time, please go on and hit the subscribe button. And if you're watching for a different platform, just head on over to YouTube, search for mzitowafula. Hit the subscribe button. You're going to be getting a ton of content of this nature. If politics is something you're passionate about, this is definitely the one channel that you really need to subscribe to. Alright guys, adios. Thank you for choosing David Wafula as your primary news platform. We put countless hours in research, recording, and editing. By showing up each and every day to watch our videos, you encourage us to generate more videos for the viewers. We are on a mission to inform, educate, and build a better tomorrow. To our thousands of followers in a world full of presidents, kings, and queens, you are the real gem. Adios.